doing, ladies? How you doing? How you doing? I see your John Hancock down there, Sister Flo. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sister. We got a good show this evening. A very good show this evening. A very interesting show this evening. A very good, compelling show this evening. Come on in. Come on in. That's right, Sister Flo. Do your thing. Do your thing. How you doing, sister? How you doing? Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sister. Got a nice topic tonight. It's about us men and women, or will we say a man singular and women plural. We're going to get into that man and women plural. We're going to dive into that shortly. We're going to give some of you all a little time to get into it. That's what we're about to do shortly. Come on in, come on in, come on in, my brothers and sisters. I'm so sorry for coming in late, my brothers and sisters. I had to do something, and I really apologize for coming in late. But I'm here. How you doing, mother? How you doing, sister? I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Again, I apologize for being too late. But we're about to jump into it. We got a few more seconds. We're going to let a few more people come in, and then we're going to jump into this good content tonight. And you will learn something about this very question. This question have came up quite a bit, and I decided to talk about it. I decided to explore it with you, my brothers, and with you, my sisters. We're about to jump into it shortly. A few seconds. My boy Genesis, his music about to fade out, and we're about to fade into what I'm about to talk. We'll fade into what I'm about to talk about tonight. All right. How you doing, my brothers? How you doing, my sisters out there? How you doing? How you doing? I hope that you all had a good day. Me, myself, brothers and sisters, I had a very, very nice day. Very nice day. And I'm happy to see you, my brother, and you, my sister. Those of you that this might be your first time, how you doing, Sister Joanne? If this your first time, let me introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationships. I talk about relationship pertaining to that of a man and a woman that should be serious, that should move to the commitment, and the commitment should translate to the covenant part. Before I get more into this content, go ahead and get you a bag of popcorn and sodas. I see Sister Flo got a bag of popcorn and sodas out there. Go ahead and get it so we could go ahead and jump into this particular content. Yes. Come on up, brothers and sisters. Come on up a little closer so we can get into this content that I'm about to jump into. And like my normal spiel, I believe in the relationship between a man and woman from a biblical perspective. When I say biblical perspective, I believe that God created the man first. He had a unique relationship with the man. Then he had a unique with the woman. He represented the woman to the man. And at that time, the man said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. I should call her woman because she came from man. If you don't believe in that kind of stuff, you have a free will and you don't have to believe in it, but this is the type of content that I'm talking about. So if you want to stay, my brother and sister, if you don't believe in that, I encourage you to stay and go ahead and get your bag of popcorn and soda, and you can enjoy this content. How you doing, Sister Cheryl Smith? Now tonight, this question has came up quite a bit. Can a man love two women equally? Can a man love two women equally? That's the question. And Shakespeare did not ask that, because Shakespeare said to be or not to be, that is the question. But that's not the question tonight. The question is, can a man love two women equally? Now, before we get really into this content, let's define what the word equally means. According to the dictionary, this is what the word equally means. Equally is defined, my brothers. Equally is defined, my sister, as the same manner or to the same extent. Or to say it differently, in addition and having the same importance. Now, Can a man love two women equally? We're going to go to the Bible to get an example of can a man love two women equally. If you all are familiar with this story, you all are familiar with Abraham and Sarah. You are familiar with Abraham's son, Isaac. And Isaac had a son. Isaac's son, he had two sons, basically, at the beginning. One was named Jacob. And as we know, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. But let's talk about Jacob before his name got changed to Israel. Jacob, the name Jacob means deceiver. So Jacob, he was accustomed to doing a lot of deception along the way. Jacob, he had to end up in this particular territory, and he saw two sisters. He seen two sisters. No, he saw two sisters. He saw two sisters, okay? One sister was named Leah, and one sister was named Rachel. The Bible showed that Leah, she was looked challenged. She was very look challenged. But Rachel looked very pleasant to the eye. She was easy on the eye. So Jacob was working for this particular guy. And remember, Jacob had a pattern of deceiving people, but he got deceived. He wanted to marry Rachel, the pretty one. But he got hoodwinked by Rachel's father, and he ended up marrying Leah. Leah was the one that was looked challenged, and you all know what look challenged means. He got hoodwinked. But let me tell you about the difference between love and in love. But he was in love with Rachel. So in order for him to still get Rachel, because he did not want to give up on Rachel, he had to work an additional 7 years to be able to get Rachel. So this man was married to two sisters. One sister he did not get up on too much. But guess what he did? He had sex with this woman. And he has a lot of boys by this woman. With Rachel, he had two sons. One was named Joseph, that you all familiar with. Joseph was the one that was sold into slavery by his brothers. And he also was thrown into prison, and he became the second most important man in Egypt during that time. Joseph, the dreamer from Rachel. That's the one that Jacob really loved. So what am I saying? Can a man love two women equally? I know you all want me to say yes and no right now, but hold on. We're going to get to the yes and no. I'm building this, and we're going to get to it. Now, when it comes to a woman, when it comes to a man single and a woman plural, we're talking about if the man the man seeing two women, okay? This is not called polygamy. It's called polygamy because it's two. Once it goes beyond two, it's polygamy. But since it's two, it's polygamy. Now, when it comes to polygamy, there's going to be something like this. There is going to be a public woman, and then there is going to be a private woman. The public woman, she is the one that more so that's going to be exposed to the man's family, his friends, and the public. Then you got the private woman. She might be taken somewhere in public. She might be. It depends on what this man got going on in his life. But there's going to be a distinct difference. There's going to be a one that's real public, which means most people going to know her. She's the queen. The one that's more private, she's the concubine or the side chick. As you know, since a lot of us like to use the terminology kings and queens, if we're going to use the terminology kings and queens, everybody know about the queen. Everybody knows the queen. The queen is the one that goes to the ball. The queen is the one that's on the side of the king's arm. She's the one that walked beside the king. The concubines, they don't walk directly by the king. They might be, some people might know about the concubine. Those are the side chicks, okay, or the side woman. But she does not get all the recognition as the queen. So you might know where I'm going with this, but I'm not telling you, because I might throw a wrench in this particular topic. Now, there's two type of men that we are going to discuss. There's the single man and two women. And then there's the married man and two women. Some of you saying, what difference does it make? It make a whole lot of difference. You see, when it's a single man and two women, that single man, he is not in no covenant relationship with a woman. If that man is single, he is not in a covenant relationship with that woman. He might say that he is serious about the woman. He might say that he's committed to the woman. But that final step, the covenant part, if you look at it from God's perspective, really this man, he didn't go all the way with this woman. And this is where some women get mixed up at. Some women think that, okay, this guy and I, we are exclusive. And I know some people are going to disagree with me on it, but sister, you're not exclusive with that man, a single man. And brother, she not exclusive to you. From the world standpoint, you could say that it's exclusive, but it's not. If you look at it from a higher and deeper level, God does not recognize those type of relationships. And I have said this over and over again. God only recognizes the relationship of a man and a woman that is in the engaged stage, moving towards getting married in a short period of time, or they're already married. That's what God considers. So when a single man, and sister, this is what you got to get down. Is this man single? Is this man single? Because a man gonna either be, he's gonna be single, he's gonna be married, or he's gonna be a widow. That's what it's gonna be. It's not no such thing as a situationship. He's not in no situationship. He's not in no complicated relationship. Let's throw the complicated relationships and let's throw the situationship out. This man gonna be in one of three categories. He's either single, he's married, or he's a widow. We're gonna look at it from that way. If the man is single, he's not married, he's not a widow. Okay, a widow is a person that have been married and the spouse is deceased. So if a man is a widow, he is somewhat like a single man. But let's just take the widow out of the way. Let's narrow it down to just single and married. If that man is married, sister, listen to me today. I know you don't want to hear what I'm about to say, but I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm not here for you to like me. I'm not here for you to like me. Because most of the time when a man or woman tell the truth, he or she will be on the top of the festivity list where people saying he or she is narrow-minded and they need to be broad-minded. Let me tell you what happens when you have a broad mind. You're going all type of direction. The Bible clearly say there's two type of roads. There's the broad way and there's the narrow way. Jesus said himself, broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many will go that way. But Jesus also said narrow is the way that leads to life. So brother and sister, it's better to be said that you are narrow-minded because you are focused on what's at hand. Broad is the way where a whole lot of people go. They just broad, they follow one another. The blind will lead the blind. But if you're a narrow-minded person, so if someone say that you narrow-minded, my brother and sister, say thank you. Thank you for recognizing that I'm narrow-minded, because that means that you have wisdom. That means that you have knowledge. That means that you have understanding and discernment from a higher and deeper level. Now, when a man, sister, if this man is single and this man has not moved towards marrying you up, when you find out about other women, do not get yourself in trouble. Don't get yourself in trouble if this man is single. You and him are not engaged and moving towards getting married, and you're not married. Don't do it. If you want to play with that man and spend your time with that man, and he's not putting up, like Beyonce say, put a ring on it. I'm not talking about a shut-up ring. I'm talking about a legitimate engagement ring, because this man is serious about marrying you. He's serious about doing it right in God's sight. Now, single men, sister, they don't owe you anything. And you, single sister, you don't owe him anything. Now, a lot of time when single men date a woman and women, most of the time it's bias and it's hypocrisy. Because in our society called the United States of America and some other countries, but we're going to talk about the United States of America, a lot of single men, they get passes. The pass is, I could date more than one woman, and I'm called the man. I'm the man. I get the high fives. I get the pat on the back. You the man. A lot of other men, they admire a lot of men that have more than one woman. A lot of men admire a man that have more than one woman, because he's the man. He is the man because he got all these women. And a lot of men, they gather a whole bunch of women up because it's like a trophy thing to some men. It's a trophy thing. And even a single man, if a single man is dating two women, one of them is going to be lacking more than the other. You understand? One of them is going to be lacking more than the other. Now, the married man and another woman. The married man and another woman. You got to understand this, sister. If he's not married to you and you decide to get in some type of relationship with him, that's a decision that you make. The chances of that man leaving his spouse is very low. Most of the time, married men are not going to leave their wives. I said most of the time. Now, there are some exceptions. Some married men, they will deal with another woman. But you got to understand this, my sister, when you go into that type of relationship. Especially if that married man tells you that he's married from the rip. Now, some married men, they would try to deceive you. Some married men, they would take their rings off and hope that you don't see that imprint. You see, if I take my ring off, I keep this ring on so much, you all see how that look, right? So if I decide to step out on Cinderella, you all know that I'm married. And by the way, I don't even have to take off this ring for you, so you all can know that I'm married, because if you notice that most of the time on Facebook, and my wife and I, we do this little couple ministry thing, but she more in the background and I'm more out in the front. Basically, every morning on Facebook, you're going to always see our pictures. Even though the picture be rotated, we have taken a lot of pictures, but a lot of times they're going to be in rotation, okay? And some of you might say, well, I seen that picture of him and her before. What is the point? The point is this. The point is that going back, I told you that there's going to be a public woman and a private woman. So Cinderella, she is the public woman. Cinderella is the public woman. If I decide to have a side woman, you think I'm going to put the side woman up there on Facebook or social media, you think that I'm going to take, and my mom and sister, they looking at me right now. Do you think I'm going to take another woman around my mom and my sister when they know about Cinderella? Nope. You think I'm going to take another woman around my family and my friends when Cinderella in the picture? No. If I decided to get a side woman, she is not going to be going to my family. She's not going to go around my family. She's not going to go around my friends. She's not going to go around my colleagues. She's not going to be on social media with me. So what does that mean? If I decide to get a side woman, it's going to be a private thing. I'm just telling you facts. So why am I using this as an illustration? I'm using this as an illustration. Whereas some of you sisters, if you're dealing with a married man, more than likely, you look at my mom saying, no, you're not. Okay, mama. You see, now mama put me on blast. She's saying, no, I'm not. You know, the reason why she said, no, I'm not, because she loved punkin. That's what she called her. She loved punkin. And punkin called her mama. But anyway, when it comes to a married man, sister, if you're dealing with a married man, this even goes for a married woman dealing with a married man. Let me back up a little bit. Let's say, for example, it's a single man dealing with a married woman. Sister, if you're a married woman and you're dealing with a single man, don't ever think that you're the only woman. You will never be the only woman, sister. If you married and you dealing with a single man, you will never be the only woman, because that single man thinking that you got a husband. So what can you do? And this is how some married women do. Some married women, they get so emotional attached to a single man, and they're married. They will see the single man in public or go to the single man's house, and that man with another woman, and the married woman want to jump on the single man. What kind of madness is that? Married sister, if you're dealing with a single man, you already know he's single. What makes you think that he's going to wait, you're going to put him on hold until something happens between you and your husband? What make you think that some of you are married women? What make you think a single man going to wait for you? I'm going to tell you, if you are married and that man is single, he's going to be seeing other women. So get used to it. You made a decision, married sister. You made a decision. How you doing, Sister Jane? You made a decision to see this single man. So don't think he's going to just wait for you when you and your husband do a thing. You know, get your thing. And another thing, some of you single brothers, some of you single brothers that seeing a married woman, let me tell you what you in for. If you get so entrenched with a married woman, she's subject to break dates with you. She's going to lie to you a lot. She's going to lie to you a lot. Because if you know that there's some of you single guys that dealing with married women, if you're dealing with a married woman, some of you are single brothers, when it be some chaos in her house, how you doing, Sister Twilight? If it be some chaos in her home, more than likely you're going to see her. She's probably going to reach out to you. She's going to call you, text you, and say something like, I'm just giving you a typical, what's up, stranger? What you doing? Then she's going to come to be with you. When she come be with you, she's going to tell you about all the problems she's having with her husband. Some of you single brothers, she's going to tell you about all the problems she's having with her husband. And let me tell you something, some of you married sisters that deal with single men. When you go unload your burdens and care to the single man, do you really think he really care about what's going on between you and your husband? Yes, he there for you to cry on his shoulder, but he ain't even looking at that. He looking at how much time he got and how much time before you get ready to go. He'll listen to all that crap you talking about, and then he'll put you on your back right quick, and then he'll pat you on the head, and then send you home to your husband. And when he send you home to your husband, you better believe another woman gonna be sliding through, or he is going to go see another woman. So some of you married sisters, if you decide to get involved with a single man, beware. You setting yourself up for something, okay? Now, married men and single women. Some of you married, some of you single sisters, listen to what I'm saying. How you doing, Shirley? Some of you single sisters, listen to what I'm saying, Miss Jackson. How you doing? Some of you single sisters and a married man. Let me tell you something. A married man, if the man could be upfront with you, he could tell you that he could have problems and stuff with his wife. Because that's what a lot of them do. They come and tell you all the stuff what their wife doing and not doing. And you listen, and a lot of you sisters listen, and then you be thinking, if she doing this and that, I could do this and that, because you start getting emotionally attached to the man, right? So once you start getting emotionally attached, you think that you visualizing yourself as the next missus. Most of you, not all of you. And I'm not talking directly to you sister. I'm just making, talking general. So this married man come and tell you everything about his wife. He tell you everything about his wife. And you listen. And he tell you he loves you. He said, I love you. He love you, but guess what? When he get where he gonna normally end up? But he gonna end up back home, right? He's gonna end up back home to the woman that he keep talking about. He going back to her. When it comes to holidays and stuff, some of you single sisters that dealing with married man, when it comes to holidays, if this man called himself got a little respect for his wife, she is gonna get the best time out of the holidays. He's going to be with his wife and children around the family. And the friends and stuff. You're going to see him and his wife out in public, and you better not say nothing to him. That's what he think. You better not say nothing to me when you see my woman there. And then some of you sisters, you get it all twisted because you get emotional. The man already married, and he told you that he married, and he doing things with you. He might even be paying some of your bills. He might be doing a whole bunch of stuff to you. Case in point, let me tell you all something. This has happened more than one time, but it happened again recently. I'm going to share this with you all. I shared it with a few people today, but I'm going to share it with you all. That was this lady that got in contact with me. I thought she wanted to do consultation, right? And this is what this sister said. She didn't want to do no consultation. She said this: I want to be your wife. I said, what do you mean by you want to be my wife? I said, do you realize that I'm married? She said, yeah, I realize that you're married. Now she was a very attractive woman. I ain't gonna tell you all who she is, but she look at this show sometime. I'm not gonna tell you, cause I know a lot of you all want to say, who is it, Tony? Who is it? Point her out. I'm not gonna do that to that lady. How you doing, Sister Taylor? But anyway, I thought she wanted to talk about some relationship problem. Cause as a matter of fact, she started talking like that, but then it went to the left. So she said, Tony, to tell you the truth, I want to be your wife. I said, why do you want to be my wife? And she said, I tell you what, I will move to where you at. She's a retired woman, my brother. So she's a retired woman. She said, I will move where you at. And I said, well, what do I supposed to do with Cinderella? She said, you ain't got to do nothing with her. She said, you could stay with Cinderella. Look at Jan. What Jan said, dang. She said, you could stay with Cinderella. And then I said, well, where you going to stay at? And she said, I'm retired. I will move where you at in your city, and I will get relocated there. And what you do, I said, well, how do we supposed to work this thing out? You see, I was getting entertained, right? I was getting entertained. I wanted to just see where this sister going to go with this. So she started saying, I could relocate because I got all my stuff together. And she said, what I want, you can stay with your wife, but I'm going to be your second wife. I said, you gonna be my second wife? She said, yeah, I'm gonna be your second wife. I said, well, how do we supposed to do this? She said, well, you could stay with her because she the first wife, but I want to be the second wife. And I said, what else do I supposed to do? She said, well, whatever you're doing for your Cinderella, I want you to do the exact thing for me. That's exactly what this sister said, my brothers and sisters. Now, this woman, the point is, this woman was willing to put herself behind Cinderella because she knew that she was not going to be number one. And when I say number one to me, my brother and sister, is Jesus, okay, number one. But we talk about women. So she consciously say that she is willing to be the number two woman. But let me tell you in reality. That's right, Jan. But let me tell you in reality. If I took that lady up on that deal, let me tell you what would happen. She would come to town, she would relocate and get her little crib, right? So I supposed to, be with Cinderella, and then I come talk to you all, right? And then I got this other life going on, which y'all ain't gonna know about, right? Y'all don't supposed to know about. So anyway, then I go see her, but guess what? Guess what's gonna eventually happen? The terms of the contract is going to change. And I know it. The term of the contract is going to change. Because if I decided to entertain that and she get pissed off, now let's say I did not tell Cinderella about this other life that I got. She would get pissed off and she is going to make a point for Cinderella to know. Because you know how she's going to do it? Because if I entertain, and let me tell you this, my brother and sister, if I entertain that, she gonna want to know more about Cinderella. She gonna ask me quick. I know how to go. She gonna ask me all kinds of stuff about Cinderella. And me knowing myself, I'm not gonna tell her nothing about it. She gonna be looking for me to tell her some good thing, but more than likely she gonna be wanting me to point out some weaknesses. But she ain't no directly tell me that, but she gonna want me to put out some weaknesses, right? So say for example, she gonna get emotion. Ain't no doubt about it. She gonna get emotion. If this lady's saying she's gonna be my second wife, how you doing, Sister Cynthia? If this woman's saying she's gonna be my second wife and Cinderella could be my first wife, she's gonna get emotional. She said, I want you to do everything you do with your wife. What do I do with my wife? I have to love her. I have to protect her. I have to provide for her. I have to have sex with her, and all other things I have to do. So this woman, what she would be looking for, she want me to love her. She want me to provide for her, even though she retired. Yeah, she want me to love her, protect her, provide, and she want me to have sex with her. That would be my obligation. How you doing, Sister Denise? Now, if she get pissed off, guess what she gonna do? She already know about Cinderella and me. We be on Facebook. When we go out in public, people see that we together. They already know it. Cause they say, you be on Facebook. I like your content. And then they say, oh, you got a beautiful wife. And then they just hold Cinderella. They'll hold me and Cinderella. Now, it ain't like we big stars or nothing, but they'll hold me, they'll hold Cinderella, and Cinderella look at me, and I look at her. We just smile and say, hey, how you doing, all that. But they know more about us than we know about them. And like I said, we're not big stars and nothing like that, but that's how some people do it because they like this content. So what happened? This lady get angry. She'll get angry, and then she's going to reach out to Cinderella. She's going to reach out to her and tell her some things that the only thing she's gonna be able to tell her is what I do or don't do. She ain't gonna be able to tell Cinderella what I said about her. Now there's some guys that would tell these other women everything about their woman, but this one that ain't gonna tell you nothing about Cinderella. That's if I did it. Okay, I'm just telling you a scenario, and I'm telling you what happened recently. So the bottom line is I bagged up off it because I know in the process of time, if I pull back, it's gonna be real nasty. It's gonna be real nasty, and I could be sitting here talking to you all like I'm doing right now, and all of a sudden she's gonna pop up right here and tell you all that kind of stuff, what I'm doing. I was thinking about all that kind of stuff. You see, that's part of temptation, okay? That's what I'm saying. It's part of temptation. And I'm expecting for stuff like that to happen down the road, but that's part of temptation. Cinderella have temptation, I have temptation. But you see, you're going to have to pass that test. But back to the story, I just need to tell you all about how some women would do it. She was going to be the official concubine, because Cinderella going to be the queen, and she was willing to be the concubine. Now, can a man love two women equally? I'm about to answer that question. You all looking for me to say yes or no. Now, when it comes to love, my brothers, when it comes to love, my sister, I can love many brothers and I can love many sisters. I'm not on that down low part when I said love to my brothers and I said love to my sister, because I tell my male friend and they tell me, man, I love you. I said, man, I love you too. So it ain't no funny business right there. And I can tell, like I tell you sisters and you brothers, especially at the end of the broadcast, I say I love y'all. When I say I love you, that means that's the agape type of love, okay? That's the agape type of love. Now, can I love two women equally? From a God standpoint, I can. From God's standpoint, okay? That means agape love. Agape love. But it's a difference between loving two women, and the key thing is in love with two women. How you doing, Amir? Trying to lure too short. That's right. You can't do you can't possibly. You see, y'all thought I was gonna go ahead and say it, right? Because I use the word can't. Just because I use the word can't, you don't know what I'm gonna do. But anyway, when it comes to trying to love two women, sister, you got to recognize that whether this man is married or whether this man is single, he cannot be in love with two women equally. He cannot, some people say, well, what about the possibility? Sister Flo said, I met the guy from Kenya who want to do this and then want from that's the kind of stuff they practice, Sister Flo. Yeah, it's some people, even in Utah, you got this religious organization. I'm not going to call them by name. You all know what they practice polygamy right here in the United States of America. But in certain states in the United States, you can't do that. The state recognize, they used to recognize man and woman, but how some of this chaotic this world is wide open now. But sisters, listen to me carefully, okay? If a man is single and he haven't crossed those three hurdles, serious with you and committed. He could say single and he could say committed. Listen to what I'm saying, sisters. He could say single and committed. But why he won't do the covenant part? Why he won't do it the right by God? The covenant part. It's a covenant. It's a covenant. But I'm going to tell you something. And I have told you all this many a time. We know how far we want to go with you in a short period of time. I know some of you all don't want to hear it, but I'm telling you, you either, when we talk to you in a brief period of time, we put you in the two broad categories. You wife or you not wife. And under the wife and not wife, there are three subcategories. It's temporary, long-term, and permanent. We know. Don't let, brother, and I'm not simping. Some of these brothers might say, well, Tony, he's simping. He's telling all the playbook. I'm not telling all the playbook, but I'm trying to, you know why I'm telling you this, sisters and brothers? I'm telling the brothers this because you supposed to be the head and you supposed to be the leader in the relationship. That's why I'm harder on you brothers. And I know you're imperfect. I'm imperfect. I have done some wrong things in my life. And I'm probably going to do some wrong things again. Hopefully no time soon. But some of you have done wrong things. I've done wrong things. Sisters have done wrong things. And they're going to do wrong things tomorrow. You understand? So that's the reality of it. But sisters, Why are you hurting yourself with a man that's stringing you along? Some of you sisters, you know that this man dealing with other people. So now you get some women, they calling one another. Well, that ain't what he told me. Well, he was with me last night. He was with you last night, but he said he loved me. He said he don't love you. And you got women that calling each other, doing all this crazy stuff. Now, let's just say you have two women that agree to these terms, okay? You have two women, and they agree you have woman A, and then you have woman B. They agree, the man presented to both of them, and they both agree. Sister, if you get into an agreement with a man and another woman, let me tell you something. How you doing, Sister Kitty? Let me tell you something. One of you are going to be slighted. One of you are going to be slighted. He might try his best to have you thinking that I could love you equally. He could love you, but he can't be in love with you. One of you are going to get more of the attention. And the other one, you're going to be craving more attention because you're going to see it. And the thing about it is this, what Denise said, I can't do it, period. But let me, excuse me, Denise, it's some crazy stuff out there, and a lot of people be doing that kind of stuff, Denise, believe it, sister. Sister, those of you, let me tell you, you're going to be able to see it. And then what's going to happen, somebody going to get jealous. The one that's slighted going to feel jealous, and then y'all going to start, meow, meow, meow. You're going to start all that catty stuff. You might end up fighting. And let me tell you something about fighting. Some of you sisters going out with a man. Let's say you go out in public. Let's say you go out in public, and then another woman walk up, and she start talking to him. Let me show you how much he care about you. This is going to show you how much he care about both of you. Let's say that you want, let's say you the woman in the restaurant with the man. Let's say you are the woman in the restaurant with the man. And a woman come up and she start talking to that man. She going to try to she going to try to piss you off, or she going to deal directly with that man. Very rarely does another woman deal directly with a man, because we talk about some emotional stuff. She might start off at that man, then she going to bring the other woman in, because she's going to say something like, let me see. She going to say something like, who is this? Why are you out with this? And you all know, fill in the blank. Who is this? And then the other lady, if you the lady, you probably going to say, who you calling up? And then the lady, she going to say, I'm calling you up. And then the man looking at both of you all, and you at Ruth Chris, you at this high scale restaurant, you at Ruth Chris. And she come up, and then both of y'all stand up, cussing each other out, and then you start fighting. And he looking at both of you all laughing. He looking at both of you laughing. What that tell you? He don't care really about neither one of you. And then one of you, he's going to take home. Or he might leave both of you all there, because you're probably going to get locked up in Ruth Chris. You might not get locked up at Crystal, because you could go ahead and get in the car real quick. But at Ruth Chris, you do that stuff up and down, they're going to call the law, and the law going to come to you quicker than you are at Burger King. If you're at Ruth Chris, the law going to respond quicker than if you're at Burger King doing that kind of crazy stuff. But that's how some of you sisters do. That's why I'm telling you tonight, June the 16th, if that man is single and you are single, you can say you serious, you can say you committed, but Beyonce say put a ring on it, and when he put a ring on it, he needs to, you need to have a date set, And when you have a date set, you need to go ahead and say, I do before God. Other than that, from God's viewpoint, he doesn't recognize it. That man himself doesn't recognize it. Cynthia said, I'm worth more than that. Amen, sister. And Denise said, I will disappear. I can't do it. He would be like death to me. Amen, sister. But I'm telling you that. Some of you, now let me tell you, some of you sisters that you're dealing with married men. You're dealing with married men. You already know the deal, especially if you know up front that he's married. If he's married up front, some of you sisters think you got an edge because some of you thinking, well, he spend the night over here with me almost every night. We doing this and that together. We doing all this together. But guess what? He go home and what happened if he die? What do you get? What do you get? His wife might even know about you. She might know about you, but you see, in her mind, she probably saying, and this is a twisted thing too, how some women do it. This is very twisted. Long as he pay the bills and I don't see it, it's okay. Long he paying the bill and he don't bring that mess here, he leave it out there, he don't get no children, and he don't bring no diseases, I'm good. And then some sisters, they like when he go because then they go be with their boyfriend. But that's another show. But anyway, some of you sisters, some of you single sisters, you get hooked up with a married man. You got to understand this. He's married. You got to understand it. He's married. Before you get all emotional, no matter what he tell you, if he said, I love you, most of the time he's going to tell you I love you when y'all in the bed. And that's where a lot of men mess up at. They get you all in the bed and they tell you they love you. No, they don't love really you. They love the feeling that they get. And they love that physical feeling. That's what they're talking about. But they're not in love with you. You see, you have to listen. You have to listen. Does he consistently say, I'm in love with you or I love you? You see, that's where a lot of you sisters, you get lost. You get lost when you just want to hear the word love. So when you hear the word love, you think he really love you, don't you? You really think he love you. What about this? And this is another thing. Some of you sisters, you may know somebody like this, or hopefully it's not you. Let's say, for instance, this man said him and his wife got problems. And he tell you that him and his wife sleeping in different rooms. They might be sleeping in different rooms, but every now and then she come and turn the doorknob at night and she go in there and get her medicine. Or sometimes he would get up and go to her room and get the medicine. Some of you sisters, I'm not talking direct, I'm just talking general. Some of you sisters actually believe that crap that the man and his wife ain't doing the grown folk stuff. You actually believe it. So you feel obligated, since him and her wife ain't doing nothing, I'm saved. I can give him all my love. You see, you think you're Whitney Houston, so you want to give him all your love, don't you? Say, Whitney, you want to give the man all your love, don't you? Wrong. He leave you and go back to be a wife. He go on vacation, and this is what he tell you. I'm going to, well, let me see a good place where he might say he going. I'm going to Dubai. My wife taking the kids to Dubai. And I don't want the children to feel bad. Even though my wife and I, we're not really together because like I'm sleeping on one side of the house, she's sleeping on the other side of the house. So we decided we're going to take the children to Dubai. So we're going to go to Dubai. And it's just for the children now. I want you to understand it's just for the children. And now, don't call me now. Don't call me. Don't text me. If I can get away for a while, I will call you and text you. Now, don't call me and text me, okay? And then some sister, you get snowballed and you believe that crap. You think that he just going with just for the children's sake. Him and the missus, they going to be husband and wife there. And they're going to enjoy themselves together. But you think, you buy it. You buy into it. I have heard sisters say stuff like that. Denise said, Minister Stone is, yeah, thank you, sister. I'm just telling you, sister, stuff like this happen. King Solomon wrote in the book of Ecclesiastes, King Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun. When it comes to human behavior, you might have technology. We have all this new technology and stuff, but when it comes to human behavior, there's nothing new. Anything that I'm telling you, my brother and sister, is nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun. Now, can a man love two women equally? Let me give you a situation. These are some women that's off limit when it comes to Tony. These are some women when it comes to Tony that's off limit. If you mess with my daughters, if you mess with my mama, if you mess with my sister, if you mess with my sister's daughters, my niece, I might have to do some time. You're not going to mess with my daughters, none of you guys. You're not going to mess with my daughters. You're not going to mess with my mama. But my mama, she up there, but I don't know about her. But then you have my sister. You're not going to mess with my sister. You're not going to mess with my sister's daughters. Because like I said, I might do time for them. I might do some time. What am I saying? I love those particular women. I love those particular women. My daughters, my mama, my sister, and my sister's daughter. And I love my other family member, but those particular women, those are the ones that closest to my heart. Now, let me give you a situation. I'm going to tell you. And I'm not going to give you no detail, but I'll give you an overview. One time, some years ago, there was this guy that my sister was involved with, right? It was this guy that my sister involved with. He transgressed. I got news that he transgressed against my sister, okay? Before he knew it, I was up in his face. He knew that I wasn't playing. And that's an example. This guy, he messed with the wrong woman. Why I'm telling you that? Because I love my sister. Now, let me tell you about what in-law mean. Remember I said I love these particular women. My daughters, my mama, my sister, and my nieces. Okay? Those are the ones that I love that close to my heart. Now let me tell you something higher. This is what I'm about to tell you. Now, when it comes to Cinderella, I'm in love with her. Cinderella comes before, and I'm not lifting her up. Only Jesus that. This is what I'm trying to show you. I love them. The difference between love and in love. Now, when it comes to Cinderella, I'm in love with her. And there's a strong possibility that I'm not going to do no time. You might lose your life if you mess with that one. Now, if she get a boyfriend, now Cinderella decided to get a boyfriend, I ain't gonna do nothing. If he go outside her head, I said, go ahead, brother, go outside her head. But if any man transgress against Cinderella, and she doesn't cause it, now if he's not a boyfriend, because if her boyfriend, I ain't fighting for nobody, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing no time if Cinderella got a boyfriend. I ain't doing no time. I say, I just look at it like this. If Cinderella got a boyfriend, I just say, she's not mine, it was just my turn. That's how I reduce it. She ain't mine. I thought she was mine, but it was just my turn. That's how I look at it. Now, if a man go against my wife, if he says something out of place, and I gave you all a story a while back, like he might not live that long. I might just, his life, I know my brothers and sisters, you saying, Tony, you supposed to be following Jesus and stuff. You be telling us you follow Jesus, do this. My brother and sister, if a man transgress against my woman. I hope I don't be put in that situation. That's all I can say. Because I might put my hands on him. If a woman go against Cinderella and she didn't do nothing, you still going against her to call that one. She's mine. So you mess with Cinderella, you messing with me. You know why I say that? Because we are one flesh. We are one flesh. Now, if it comes to, see, I'm in love with her. Now, this is what I'm setting up. If I'm in love with Cinderella and I decide to be with another woman, I'm not going to tell no other woman. If I decide to get with another woman, I would not tell another woman I'm in love with her. If she decides to take that deal, I'm not going to tell her that I'm in love with her. If I tell her I love her, that's a whole different than I'm in love with her. If I got involved with another woman, it's going to be clear that she take precedent over you. Now, some of you thinking, Tony, why would you be with another woman anyway? I'm just using this as an example. This is a teaching point. Sister Denise said, I would question a man, would you treat your mama, sister, or daughter like that? Yeah. Well, would you question a man, would you treat your mother? Yeah, that's right, Sister Denise. You're right. But I'm telling you, I can't. If I decide to take on another woman, why would I want to take on another woman? Let me see. Why would Tony want to take on another woman? Let me just make it broader. Why do most men take on other women? Let's talk. Why do most men take on other women? If you got a pretty decent woman, because you see the woman is not perfect, the man is not perfect. Most of the time, sister, to tell you the truth, when you hear about most men that get caught up in stuff, that's right, sister, and they selfish. But let me tell you, sister, don't be surprised when you hear about men being with other women. Stop. When you see stuff in the tabloids, when you see stuff on the news and stuff, don't let that stuff say, ooh, did you hear him? He with another woman or she with another man? Why does that surprise you, brothers and sisters? Why does it surprise you? It shouldn't surprise you. But if I did it, like most men, let me tell you why most men do it, sister. And I'm telling you tonight, and take the wax out of your ears, because I'm going to tell you why most of the time we do it. And then when I say most of the time, some that do it and some that might do it. Let me tell you the truth why we do it. Because society in the United States, how you doing, Sister Velma? The society, and Sister Harvey, the society in the United States, the thing is, it's a little unwritten rule, it's not documented, that men will be men. So that is a pass for men. It go for single men and it go for married men. So the thing about it, it's trying to condition the mind of the woman. You need to accept this fact that men gonna have other women. That's the thing that push. Men gonna have other women. How you doing, Sister Monica? Men gonna have other women. That's what society pushing out there. If a man have two women, that's polygamy, and if it's more than two, that's polygamy. So the more women a man get, that's like a trophy thing. And you see some people, they'll say, well, you know, he just being a man. He just being a man. But if a woman do it, how this society is, you all know what you all will be called, right? You all would be called that garden tool. If it's known that you're dealing with more than one man, you're going to be called that garden tool. And I'm not talking about a saw. I'm not talking about no hedge clipper. You all know what I'm talking about. Velma said, this has been the way since the Bible day. And since Velma said that, Velma is telling the truth. Over in the Middle East, and sometimes still over there, men, their custom, Their custom is more than one woman. But you see, the thing about their custom over in the Middle East is that the men, yeah, that's right, Sister Terry, the men are, when they take on extra women, all of them know about it. It's like an agreement. It's like an agreement. The women know the women, and that's the thing over there in the Middle East. That's acceptable. That's acceptable behavior. Okay, and most of the time, those guys that marry more than one woman, most of the time, it's like they supposed to be able to take care of them and stuff like that. Okay, they should be able to take. When you look at King David and King Solomon, they had a whole bunch of women, but Solomon was the ultimate playboy. Hugh Hefner did not have nothing on King Solomon. Hugh Hefner, you all know the Playboy man, the man that had the Playboy magazine. Hugh Hefner, he was an old man, and before he got old, he started the Playboy thing. And all Hugh walked around there in his smoke jacket and his pants, smiling all the time. And he had all the little bunnies hanging around old Hugh. Hugh knew that those women were not into him. He knew it, but he would get something out of it. It was accepted behavior. All those women that went to Hugh's house, he was not going to marry them, but he was going to do some other things to them. Everybody. King Solomon, going back to King Solomon. As I have touched on him before, King Solomon had 700 wives and he had 300 concubines. During that time, King Solomon, he was the king of a nation. He was very wealthy. You all hear about Bill Gates them and all that kind of stuff. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett them. They ain't had nothing on King Solomon. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett them, they billionaires, right? They billionaires. But did they rule a country? No. Did they rule a country? No. Did Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, did they have wisdom? They may have the wisdom of the world, but King Solomon had the wisdom, the ultimate wisdom. He was able to see things from God's standpoint. Why did Solomon marry these women? And why did he have the concubine? Let me tell you. When you do your research on Solomon, Solomon did a lot of things for strategic and business reasons. Because what come with those women thing. Because if you notice that when people were married, they call the thing a dowry or something like that, right? What come with the women? Money and property and all that kind of stuff come with the women. So the dad to marry them out. Say, here go my daughter, and here go a little cash, or here go some camels, here go some lambs and all that. That's what happened. Solomon married a whole bunch of those women for business reasons. But with his business reason, it was wrong. Because when he got involved with those women, the Lord told them, don't be messing with no women from other countries because they're gonna steal your heart away from you. That's why the Lord don't like for people to be unequally yoked, because it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing to be so I'm telling you this, man, brother, if it's one woman, you better hope that she believes exactly what you believe, because women have the power of influence. Women can influence men. Don't fool yourself, brother. Don't think you got it all together. Women can influence men. That was Solomon's downfall. The Bible said, but Solomon loved strange women. What was Samson's downfall? Delilah. You have to know what you're dealing with. Denise said he felt the hurt at the end. He sure did, because the Lord, he pissed the Lord off. He pissed the Lord off because he was marrying all those women, and he wanted to make all those women happy. Because he started trying to make those women happy. So he started building altars and worshiping their God. And that what really pissed the Lord off, because they took his heart away. And this a warning for you, brother, and you two sisters. If you marry the wrong person and they believe in some strange thing, more than likely you're going to try to make them happy. You're going to go where they at, and you're going to piss the Lord off, even if it's one person. So you can't be unequally yoked. Back to what I'm saying. No man can love, this is the bottom line, no man can love two women equally. He can't, it's not possible for a man to love two women equally. He's gonna be in love with one. And he might have affections and stuff for the other one. But it's gonna be always one that rise to the top. So sisters, if this man is single and he got a girlfriend and he decide to deal with you and he don't let that girlfriend go, sister, you ain't number one. Sister, if this man is married and he's seeing you and he's not going to let his wife go, you are not number one. Let me tell you what you are. If you, sister, if this man married, you over here, sister, and that man wife over here, if you decide to deal with this man, you are number two at best. His wife is number one. I hate to tell you this, his wife is number one. So he spend time with you and he die. When he die, more than likely all the stuff, his wife gonna get everything. And you all have heard this story before. Man be with a girlfriend. The man and his wife can either separate. The man and wife separate. The man go live with this woman 20-something. Now the woman come stay in the man's house 20 plus years. His wife somewhere else. The man die. He dead. He like Rover. He dead all over. So everybody looking. Oh, he dead. He ain't moving. He ain't breathing. He dead, right? His wife come to town. His wife get everything. And you think his wife gonna have pity on you. You've been staying in his house. You've been having guests of his house. Everybody saying you couples and stuff, right? Everybody, yeah, they're such a good couple. Yay, yay, they're such a good couple. Oh, they look so nice together. Ooh, they look so nice together. And some of them, you think they married, right? Because the woman take on the man last night. She go around the public saying, I miss King. I miss King. And some of you think that they actually married. But the man married to another lady outside, you know, up north somewhere, right? He died. That woman, the wife that he separated from, she come to town. She clean up everything. Then she know about that. She already probably know about you living in that house. Because she probably living in the house and she left. Or he got the house and the house in his name. Let even say, sister, this man and you get a house together. His name on it, your name on it. Honey Pot, his wife come to town. And if his name is on the property, even if your name, what's going to happen to that house? You think the judge going to give you that house? Nope. Unless you buy her out. Now, if you and that man's name is not on it, Honey Pot going to come to town and she going to tell you to leave the house. She might move in or she'll sell it. A car, all kinds of stocks, bond, everything. Whatever that man's name, Honey Pot going to get it. And you ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing at all. So that's why it's dangerous, sister. You get involved with men that are married, even if they separated. They either got to be clearly divorced, because if they're not clearly divorced, you better watch out. Sister Vera said, so true. Happened to my uncle girlfriend when he died. Why I came all the way from Chicago to collect. It's there. It's there, my sisters. Some of you sisters, you dealing with these single brothers. And if these single brothers is straight up with you and let you know that he's dating somebody, he got a girlfriend, he living with her, or he might not be living with her, he dating her, and he see you, his girlfriend and you going to be number one. Why, and some of you sisters, why do you think you could level up? It's going to be different levels. It's going to be different levels of love. He can only be in love with one person. Like I'm going back to the thing about Cinderella and I. If I decided to get another woman, like I told you all earlier about this woman, she wanted to move where I'm at. But she already set the terms. She was willing to be wife number 2. She was willing to let Cinderella be wife number 1. But her only thing was, I want you to do everything that you do for your wife. I want you to do it for me. You ain't got to live with me. You could come over there because you my husband. So you could do all your husband thing with me. But you just I want you to treat me just like you treat your wife. She don't know how I treat my wife, because only thing she know is what she see on Facebook and stuff. Or what she see in public. She don't know what's going on. But we got a fairly good relationship, but she don't know that all the things that go on in my life with my wife. But she was willing to put herself there. And I'm telling you, before I leave, Cheryl said, you must be from another country. Yeah. Now Cheryl, she's from the United States of America. She looked good. Now, if I went by looks, she looked good now. She looked good, and she had a little tight body. By the way, I told Cinderella. I told her. But the lady looked good, and she got a little tight body. And she got some stuff going on. She said she was retired and all that kind of stuff. So, but she still thought I was going to help take care of her. Nope. Take care of yourself. But anyway, that's what I want to share with you, my brothers. That's what I want to share with you, my sister. Cheryl said, I know who you talk about. You know what you're trying to do, Cheryl? You're trying to bait me. You're trying to bait me, Cheryl Smith. You're trying to get me to say it. I can't tell you who it is. Can't tell you who it is. But anyway, sisters and brothers, the brothers, I hope you ain't pissed off, brothers. I had to tell you the truth. You can't love two women equally. That's the key thing is you can't love them equally. It's going to always be one that got the edge and one going to be trying to catch up. Some of you sisters, let me tell you this. I hope this is not some of you sisters. I definitely hope this is some of you. Why is it some of you sisters, you know the man is in a relationship with another woman. Why do you get angry when it comes around holidays and stuff? Why you get angry? Why? Why you get angry? You signed that agreement. Why you get angry? Some of you married sisters, why do you get angry when this man's single, and when you and your man get angry, and this man he with another woman? Why you get angry? Some of you married sisters, why you get angry? Let me tell y'all what a lot of married women do. This is what I was told now. This is what I was told. What a lot of married women do, when they come with a single man at, they think that they could keep the single man in check by giving him a lot of sex. Married women, if you single, they buy stuff for you. Well, single women do it too. But married women, if a man is single, I'm just telling you what I heard. I'm just telling you, I'm just the news reporter. Look at Sister Velma talk about why men get angry. Let me tell you why men get angry, Velma. Let me tell you why men get angry. Men are territorial. Yes, Sister Denise says sex don't keep a man. That's right, Sister Denise. But guess what? A lot of married women, they think if I could come and throw it down on him, I'm going to drain him. That's what a lot of married women think. I'm going to drain him. I'm going to drain him to the next episode. And time she get up, wash off, take a shower, and go home, more than likely another woman going to be coming over there, or he going to see another woman. Sister, if you married, and this what I'm told now. A lot of married sisters, they don't want to deal too much with the side man, or even if he's a married man, unless something going on in the home. If something going on in the home, they ain't gonna reach out. But if something going on in the home, they reach out to married. They'll reach out to the single brothers. That's when they want to see them, so they could come. Get what Junior did. Get what Junior did. Junior did this. Junior did that. And the side guy, he just listening. Let me tell you something, sister. When you married, sister, when you go telling these single brothers about your business with your husband, they already think you crazy. They be saying stuff like, this what they be saying in their mind. I'm just telling you how men think. She bringing all this crap to me. I don't want to hear this crap. All I want her to do is get ready to go in that bed, because she knows she ain't got much time. She need I'm gonna act like I care for her. Yes, dear. He shouldn't do you like this. You're such a good woman. He shouldn't do you like that. Then he kiss you, start fondling you. Next thing you know, you go to bed, you feel good physical, then you gone. That's what be going on in the single man. Cause I told you all before, men could detach from that part, okay? I just warning you, and the brothers, they know I'm telling the truth. So keep this in mind, sister. Keep this in mind. A man could only be in love with one woman at one time. He might have affection for the second woman, but don't ever think if this man married, the chance of him leaving are slim to none. He would do things with you, but he going back home most of the time with his woman call. He's invested in her. Even single brothers that have a relationship with a woman, they are investing in old women. Tomorrow's show, my brothers, tomorrow's show, my sister, is a man knows how to act when you're the right woman. I'm going to say that 2 more times. A man knows how to act when you the right woman. A man knows how to act when you are the right woman. Some of you sisters, y'all be fussing at these men and stuff. A man know how to act when you the right woman. Some of you sisters that be saying you be spending so much time with your boys, when you going to spend time with me. A man know how to act when you the right woman. Why are you out all night long? Why are you out all night long? A man know how to act when you the right woman. I love you, brothers. I love you, sisters. I hope that you all had a good night. I love you. I love you. I love you. Peace.